All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Brock Bowen here, and I'm here with Nadine Fenerty. I've just asked her to jump on just to ask a few questions and share a bit of her recent experience with the teaching that I've exposed her to. So I just thought I'd mention it. You know, I put a post up on Facebook. I just had that feeling, put it up on Facebook. Something about it resonated with you. So what was it that made you connect to that?
I'll go straight to the point and say the authenticity of it all. Being open to the universe, putting it out there, saying I wanted something to teach me how to be me more often, and be in that moment. And you guys just appeared, and the authenticity that you both generated was just like, I'm in.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
I've worked on that a lot too, you know, just saying, I just want to be me. I just want to get paid to be me. I want to do projects where I get to be me, and I'm not great at everything. I'm great at some things. I'm not great at other things. I want to be frank and candid with people. I want to be in that space. If I'm on, I'm on. If I'm not, that's okay. And, you know, even that day when we did that webinar, that conversation, we had a lot of technical issues, Wi-Fi not working correctly, all kinds of things. But, you know, a group of people.
So it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter. A group of people jumped on. It resonated with everyone. And people just had that feeling of, I'm in, which was fantastic.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Now, what's great or what's not great about, you know, what you've discovered so far with this particular teaching?
The great stuff that I'm already learning, and it's only been, 3 weeks now, is the deeper levels of understanding of things I already had. Different teachings and different ways of doing things, and I think kind of like philosophies, I suppose, in some ways. It's stuff that I've always done, but probably not had the depth of understanding. And I still know that there's more depth to go all the time. And so it was kind of like almost like it's been a journey back to me.
Yeah, I like that.
Knowing that a lot of this stuff I've already been doing, or I've already done, but I've left it, or I've forgotten about it, or I've pushed it aside. And so it's like a whole bunch of stuff that was me, 20 odd years ago is all starting to come back.
Why do you think we do that? Why do you think we push ourselves aside?
I think there's lots of different reasons: relationships, kids, sometimes work, what we think are our responsibilities and the shoulds that we should be doing through our lives, I think is a lot of the reason as to why we sort of push ourselves aside. Even just the thing that I sent you the message about the other day with the 0-point field pen, I was just like, oh my God, I used to use those like years ago and I've lost it and couldn't remember. I was just like, they were so cool.
Yeah. I love geeking out on that stuff.
Yeah. So it was just like, even just like having that conversation was like reminding me of some stuff that I did like years ago that I just kind of like, put that aside, whatever. So yeah, just finding more of that has been really cool. Noticing some of the little things like not reacting anywhere near as much to things. A really big one has actually been, I've been really ill for the last 6 months, and my cognitive ability has been absolutely atrocious. I struggle to have a memory. I struggle to have a sentence. And after 6 o'clock at night, I'm out. It's just like, I'm done. I may as well just curl up and go to bed, which is really hard when you're a single mum with 2 kids. Yeah, of course. And trying to run a business. And so I had to kind of put everything on hold. And in the last 3 weeks, I've noticed a significant improvement. Like, I can have a conversation with you on the at the moment. And so during the day in particular, my cognitive abilities come back much better. It's still not there fully, but it's definitely improving. I'm lasting past 6 o'clock, which is good.
Yeah, awesome.
And yeah, so that's been massive. Relationships and stuff that have been coming up with my kids as well have been really interesting. There's been a lot of stuff sort of happening around that as well. But yeah, my not reacting as much to even just subtle things, has been really interesting, noticing that. And it's just like, actually none of this matters. And that's been cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Next question for you is, what's different about this to other teachings or programs?
What's different? I love the fact that at the moment, I love the fact that Jason just encourages you to ask questions. Like the whole purpose of this program is to ask questions. So, and the fact that he's available to ask those questions. And if you can't get on the phone to him straight away, he'll get you back or something like that. So that's awesome. Definitely gets back to you. And that there's actually genuinely no rush in doing it. There's been times where I've kind of like felt like, oh, I just want to get on to the next one. I want to get on to the next one. And then I've gone, you're actually not ready. And that's completely okay. And it's just like, okay, you need to sit back and you need to do some more of this or get into the process. And I think just your own self-awareness is massive in this. It really brings that to the forefront. It's like noticing all the patterns that were holding you back, and instead of having to bust beliefs and all this kind of stuff, it's just actually being okay with them. And then they shift on their own, which is really cool. It's like just having the awareness for it to come up, which I've always believed in. It's like sometimes it's the most powerful thing is having the awareness. And once you've got the awareness, you can shift it. But if you have no awareness, it's just going to stay there. And there's none of this belief busting thing or anything like that. It's just like all of a sudden you have an awareness and you can go, oh, now I can take action against it. Or it, I should say. And and just move through it easily without having to do anything or rely on anyone if you don't want to. And if you do want to, you can.
I love it. So what's something different that you can't even explain about this? But we're going to try anyway.
This may sound really random, but when I do the process in the morning, at the moment my daughter sleeps in bed with me. She gets up and she gets up and does it with me. Doesn't know what it's about or anything really, but she just gets up and does it with me. And she went to stay at her dad's on the weekend and did it while she was at her dad's, and her dad doesn't believe in anything to do outside of the norm. And she didn't care and knows that she was going to get harassed or something for it. And she just didn't care. She was quite happy just to sit there in her own space and do that. And doing it throughout the day. And she's actually noticed her relationships at school have improved because she's had issues with that sort of thing. I know that sounded random, but different. Trying to explain it. I think you're not told. You're not given strict instructions. And it has to be this way and it has to be that way. And it's kind of up to you as to how you want it to be. How you want that process to look and how you want to do it yourself. And you've got guidelines, but the guidelines are there to play with, sort of thing, if that makes sense.
For sure. And what else? We covered this already a bit. You covered a lot on this, but just really quickly, what's really changed for you?
I think already noticing that the thing I asked for about being more me is already showing up.
Fantastic.
And I think I actually started to work on my one of the things I've wanted to start working on my finances more, because I've got some lovely patterns in my finances. And on one of the recordings in the teachings, it sort of said something and I went, oh, that's what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. So it was almost like the minute I started the program, there was a subtle change of something that I was doing in the background for my finances that I didn't even realise. Was actually part of the program in a way anyway. And I was just like, so it was almost like, you know how the answers are always out there. And it's just like, it's all whatever question you have, the answer is already there. Whatever you plan on doing, it's already happened. It's like almost stepping into that on a much more powerful scale. It's stepping into everything's already happened. It's already is. If that makes sense.
I love it. That's enough. That's enough for now. Just wanted to jump on quickly and just to make a quick video. Thank you so much for sharing, and done.